mapping our genes. Learn about inheritance, heredity, and Mendel's monohybrid cross. Hello students. Heredity is defined as the transmission of traits, physical or mental, from parents to offspring. The offspring of dogs are dogs, pigeons are pigeons, and humans are humans only. Inherited traits. Offspring always resemble their parents, but yet there are many differences between them. Mendel's law for inheritance of traits. The laws for inheritance of traits in human being are based on the fact that both the mother and father contribute equal quantity of genetic material to the child. Mendel's experiments were based on a number of visible contrasting characters of garden peas, that is,
Pisum sativum,
like tall, short plants, red, white flowers, round, wrinkled seeds, axial, terminal position of flowers, green-yellow colored pod, grey-white color of the seed coat, etc. Mendel chose a pea, plants with different characteristics like plant bearing red flowers and plant bearing white flowers in his experiments. He produced progeny, that is, offspring from them, and calculated the percentage of plants with red or white flowers. Mendel's monohybrid cross. We shall consider Mendel's cross of red flowers and white flowered pea plants as an example to study and understand the monohybrid cross. The parental generation, P1. Red flowered and white flowered pea plants were used as parents for crossing, and thus they are said to be plants of P1 generation. Mendel used two important terms such as dominant and recessive. Dominant means who suppress or hides the character of other. You have seen one example of monohybrid cross, that is of red and white flower. After crossing, we noticed only all red color flower. Here the white flower termed as recessive. Though F1 individuals were bearing red-colored flowers, they contained factors of white-colored flowers too. These plants of F1 generation are phenotypically red but genotypically hybrids. The phenotype is the appearance of any detectable characteristics feature of an individual like red and white flowers. Red-flowered plants in P1 generation have RR genotype and thus produce only one type of gamete, that is R. The red-flowered plant possess R small r genotype and thus produce two types of gametes, namely R and small r. Mendel continued with his experiments and allowed the F1 plants to self-pollinate in order to produce second filial generation F2. The second filial generation F2. The F2 generation had both red-flowered and white-flowered plants. Thus, the phenotypic ratio is approximately 3 red is to 1 white. The genotype ratio would be 1 RR is to 2 R small r, which is based on genetic constitution. Thus, it can be inferred that phenotypically there are two types of F2 plants, that is red and white flowered plants, but genotypically there are three types, namely A. F2 pure dominance, that is RR, homozygous. They produce red flowers. B. F2 pure recessive, that is small rr, homozygous. They produce white flowers. C. F2 hybrid reds, that is R small r, heterozygous, and they produced red flowers. Summary. 1. Heredity is defined as the transmission of traits, physical or mental, from parents to offspring. The offspring of dogs are dogs, pigeons are pigeons, and humans are humans only. 2. Offspring always resemble their parents, but yet there are many differences between them. 3. Mendel used two important terms such as dominant and recessive. Dominant means who suppresses or hides the characters of others. 4. Mendel's law for inheritance of traits in human being is based on the fact that both the mother and father contribute equal quantity of genetic material to the child. And that is all in this topic, student. In the next topic, we will learn about Mendel's dihybrid cross.